Get the shit of 2020 because there was not a lot of positive. The only positive thing that was scored that we had a European Championship with the European Championship. Get the shit of 2020 because there was not a lot of positive. The only positive thing that was scored that we had a European Championship with the European Championship. Get the shit of 2020 because there was not a lot of positive. The only positive thing that was scored that we had a European Championship with the European Championship. Get the shit of 2020 because there was not a lot of positive. The only positive thing that was scored that we had a European Championship with the European Championship. Get the shit of 2020 because there was not a lot of positive. The only positive thing that was scored that we had a European Championship with the European Championship.
Welcome.
How you doing, Bert?
Hello, everybody. I'm gonna steal this one from Joseph and Jimmy. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are, or anything where it is. I see Jimmy's up there too. So, hey Mark, how you doing?
Not too shabby. How you doing, mate?
Not too shabby. You know that sounds when you do this in the Netherlands, not too shabby. It sounds very shabby, but shabby is I don't know how to say. But not too shabby is not too bad. That's in Australia what you say. I like it too bad.
It's a catch. It's a catchphrase that I coined
That's
to
it.
the point I got it tattooed on my back, which is one of those tattoos that you regret.
Ooh. So what are we gonna do today? I mean, for everybody, we have a little announcement. But before we go further, I will. I just put something on now, and then from there on we will start. 1 second. There we go.
It's going to be a hard task to achieve, in all honesty. It might take... I'm prepared for it to take some time. But the teams want home, you know?
Maybe there is a solution. I hope in the next coming months, maybe we have to find a solution with bringing more parties together.
The teams need it. The teams need it.
My name's Mark. I'm the host of Speedsoft Australia.
What's up, guys? Mark from Speedsoft Australia checking in just to wish all the teams competing in this weekend's European Championships the best of luck. We'll see you in the live streams and can't wait to see who's raising the belt above their heads on Sunday. Later, guys.
Get Australia onto the Speed QB roster officially. It's a long, hard slog, but we're working our way towards it.
So recognizable, this.
So we're working well as a pop-up event. And I think the arena is a nice facility. So they can come and train. They want to throw all of their dedication into it.
So what do you think?
They says you're a bit quiet.
The future is for SpeedKB Australia, Speedsoft Australia, from now on and in the next 5 years. Australia from now on in the next 5 years.
Yo, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. What's up? Mark, congratulations with the new Real Strike Arena field down
we're still
under
live.
in Australia. Congratulations, man. It looks awesome.
Jimmy!
Of course, you had a lot of help from the people in the community, which is great. I hope to see a lot of competition and practice in the live stream. And we'll hope to see you soon all over the world. Greetings from Belgium. See you later, guys. Signing off.
So yeah, so
Oh, you're loud now. If they couldn't hear you before, they can now.
is it what is it too hard or people? Do you hear
It's
me?
okay.
Or what,
I'll turn it down at
too
my end.
loud or is it too? What do I have to do? Is my sound cool now or? I just need a few guys to say yeah, it's cool or no, it's not cool. Volume's good, perfect. Well, who's there? We see Dodo. Speaking, Germany is there. Stringer, Aussie, Philip, Alexander, Tsipa is there. Oh man,
Jimmy.
Sonska, Jim,
String out, Dodo.
Tyson, Mikey. Well, welcome everybody. So yeah, this is where we're going to talk about. I mean, it was a long time. I mean, on the moment when the Corona hit in there, Mark, we had some chats and we had there, and it was very hard to for you because you were always you didn't had your own choice in fields, so you were always saying I need my own field, I need there, and I said that the time will come. But yeah, it was for 2 years, and when the corona hit us, we had more conversations and we talked, and on the end you said,
I, f-
yeah,
I found Corona to be a really strange thing, actually. In some respects, Corona, at my end anyway, I'm sure it's a little bit different for you, but Corona has been a little bit of a blessing in the sense that a lot of things happened in the downtime. So where you might have been caught up busy working on other things, when you're forced to take a step back, it allowed your mind to focus on other things and achieve new things in other areas.
yeah, it's a, well, to be honest, I think long term it will end up well for me too. It's but I mean it's a hard year, but in this year we created new possibilities, opportunities, and yeah, and I think one of them is actually, and I'm gonna put it official into this thing now. It's a Real Strike Arena, and a Real Strike Arena Australia. It's something where we started where we start talking about, and then finally something came on your road, and the first arena, Speaker B, official Speaker B arena in Australia is a fact. And well, we already worked together with Speaker B. We already work with many things. So we said, let's do and make a Real Strike Arena Australia. And there we are. So go on, guys. It's official. So as Real Strike, as founder of Real Strike Arena, I'm so proud that there is now an official Real Strike Arena Australia. So Mark, I just want to congratulate you and your team, because especially your team, because I saw how hard they work for everything you've done there. And yeah, so tell us, what is your vision?
We're extremely proud to have the privilege to represent Real Strike over here, and I need to give a shout out to our partners and team over here too, because without them none of this would have happened, really. Everything along the way to do with Speak UB, the seasons running here, now the arena, everything else that's coming with that, all of it is just a result of good collaborations with good people and good timing, the right things happening at the right time with the right people. So we really just want to represent Real Strike well, and everything that we've spent 2 years watching on YouTube and dreaming about, just want to bring it to the guys over here.
Yeah, and it worked perfectly. I mean, yeah, I mean the videos I see and everything I see, it really looks good, and it brings back memories. You know, I know how hard it was to build it up from scratch, and I already did it twice, and but then see you guys there on an empty magazine of, how you call that, an empty space, and start building it.
An empty slate.
That's it, yeah. And yes, see how fast you guys put this together. I mean, and it's really with a good structure. I mean, it's well thought over. I mean, it's not ready yet, I know that, but it's well thought over. So I think it's ready for international official Speaky B tournaments, and I think that's something what we want to really realize. But I'm so happy that it happened. So but what are the things, what can people expect in Australia from Real Strike Arena in the next coming 6 months till a year?
So the property that we have, there is some extra space available, but we're going to take a little bit of time before we look at moving into there. So we've already built in the ability to include a CQB aspect to the arena. So not only will we have the dedicated CQB arena, quite easily we'll be able to set up a CQB portion, and once you have the opportunity, of course, we're going to follow suit and launch Dash Masters over here. Will be the next big concept that we bring to the community here, which we're really excited about, to be honest. A bit of variety.
And about that, yeah, we're talking about that a little bit later in the breakout. But yeah, it's what I have to say is, like, there are a few differences between the two arenas. One thing is definitely the same. The measurements are the same. Everything is the same. The bunkers are the same. Well, maybe not like thickness, but I mean the position and the heights and the widths is everything is the same. The only big difference between Real Strike Arena and Real Strike Arena Australia is that there is a concrete floor and we have a turf floor. So that makes it amazing too. I mean that there are two different fields with two different floors, and but it slides like fuck, isn't it? I'm sorry,
It slides like ice. It slides like ice. So the problem before on a basketball court was having to really send it to be able to get the slide in, and here now that they're used to sending it like that, the problem is stopping. So we have a few bunkers that go a few feet one way sometimes. The X particular, we might have to dynabolt the X down into the ground.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah,
easy.
they're really loving the slide ability, particularly where they learnt on a surface where they had to learn to really commit to their slides. So now when they already have that habit of committing to their slides, it's just ridiculously good to slide on now.
Well, I give you a good advice for the crosses and all the things. Just turn them around, put concrete in there, and they go nowhere. So it's just fill them with concrete. So I know it, and
we do have an idea in mind on how to make it a little less movable, but in case of someone sending it too hard, it might give for them, so we don't break a neck.
No, it really looks amazing. I mean, the way how it's built over here, you really look well and saw it, like the depth tunnel. There is a depth tunnel. The connections of you have. Is it correct? There are 10 dressing rooms connected to the field.
Yeah, we have 10, but we could only build 9 with the viewing room. So I took a lot of cues from you in the sense of if we were going to do Real Strike, we wanted to do Real Strike. So I did implement that depth tunnel. I did implement team rooms. I think that's a really nice aspect to have in there. Teams can claim their room sort of thing and make it their space. We're working right now on putting a viewing platform in there, a viewing deck. Mm-hmm. That's really needed next. And obviously we're working on the live stream. So
yeah, the streams is something I just, because a lot of people need to understand, one of the most expensive thing for streaming good quality tournaments, that costs a lot of money. I mean, that's one of the most expensive things, and a lot of people forget how expensive it is to put the right cameras and the people, because it's not only putting cameras there. You definitely need 3 to 4 to 5 people who's going to do it. You need a reporter, you need everything, and the control room. You need so. In the beginning, it would be perfect. It would be perfect just to put 2 camera, 1 camera, total angle with a good angle, so you have a complete view. Because we want to see what's going on there, Mark. So don't fuck this up.
I'm sorry.
Even if it's even if it's 1 camera, that's enough. Or not, guys. Just give me a response. Give me a response in this chat.
People are happy with that. I'm just I'm not, because for a number of reasons. They're my reasons, but I believe that we can do a little bit better than just a 1 or 2 camera stream. And when we execute, it'll be wow. Rather than some people could come and check out the sport or check it out via a live stream, and they could be at the stage of take it or leave it. And if it's a meh sort of stream, then they'll tend to leave it. But I know a lot of people want to watch, and I'm sorry for letting you all down.
1 camera on Mark's face is enough, as Jimmy's saying. So
piss off to me. I don't even like being on the camera, and you know it too.
But it's
here I am.
I mean, one camera for the beginning. That's already enough. I mean, you can do 2.
But I'll tell you what we're currently working on doing for the meantime. I know everyone wants to stream. I know there are people actually around the world that want to tune in to the action in Australia. And I do sincerely apologize that we've let you down, especially in times where other people haven't been able to play and they just want to watch while we've had the blessing of being able to. I'm thinking about trialing a post-production viewing of an event while we work on the live stream. So we have a way where we can link a number of cameras together, which will make that easier. And we might do it in a post-production sense. For now, we're gonna test that concept, and then that'll afford us some time to get the stream executed the way I really want to. Which again, we'll always be working on things, but I listened to your Bert to the Bone with Sapo, and I think I share some of the traits that you guys do, in the sense that there are some things that I don't think will ever be good enough, but we'll get it at a stage where I go, that's good enough for me to start with, which the bar's a little bit higher than what's needed. But for me, I wouldn't be happy doing anything not quite good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so the arena's not finished and we're still working on that, but it's good enough for me to put it out there.
Yeah, and next to that,
Same with the stream.
I mean, we can both. Well, I can speak from experience on this moment. With this is not my first field, but one of the most important things is that one thing that Corona killed was the field. You know, it's like when people can't play for a year. I mean, everything is going out. People needs to get connected to the sport. You guys didn't have a big shutdown that we had, so I'm lucky for you guys. So, but next Saturday we can open for 50 people finally. So we can open and hope we can start. But we can't do like with these figures. We can't do a European Championship because 50 people. We play more than 10 teams, so it's but yeah,
at least you can get teams on the field, but you can get social scrims going. There's 10 teams.
That's
it. And I think there'll be a few rusty people there anyway that need a bit of practice. Probably a perfect time for a globals, and we'll send a few teams over to give them a run for their money and smack them up down the field.
Yeah, it's like. What I'm trying to say is that I'm happy that we're open again, but we can't live without players. We can't live without, and maybe sometimes we need to be more clear, and that's why I'm asking you now too. Is like, what can the players expect? I mean, what can they expect as a Speaker Beat player? What can they expect in the way of training, in the way of tournaments? Are there I gave you an idea last week. I hope you're going to execute it with a kind of cashback tournaments and that kind of thing. So what can they expect?
We'll test the water with that idea you gave me because the community. So I'll tell you what we do have available already. We have a bazillion training sessions available. These numbers will go down when we start to execute CQB, but at the moment it's really heavy with Speed QB for the arena. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 training slots available a week. We have pickup games on a Friday and Sunday, but no one can find the Sunday tickets at the moment, so we'll work on fixing that in the website. That's a small fix. And we're about to launch a mini QB and a junior QB. So where we have the opportunity using our replicas that we can let kids play. So we have got a great opportunity to really train up the youth and get them into the game early. And by the time they hit the senior roster, the skills that they're going to hit the field with are going to be amazing. So
I'm so jealous. I mean, we could do this. I mean, this is something I really want to do. You know, even if I don't need the 7 and the 8-year-olds, but when we can start from 12-year-olds, you know, but it's forbidden over here, and I hope we can change that because it's they are toys, and if you play safe, the kids are running into cards when they are 4, 5, 6 years old, and that's more dangerous than playing playing Speaky B. And so, yeah, it's I'm positive jealous because I wish we could do this. Because if we could do this, man, my focus would be on the youth. My focus will be there, and I only build and create and train little. I don't know who to call, but there are some big names in this community that needs some competition, and it can only come from the younger kids. You know, when they start from 12 and you feed them every day bread with cheese, they're gonna love bread with cheese, you know, and they're gonna understand, but it's not only the bread. They know how the bread is made and they know how the cheese is made, and then on the moment they're gonna teach everybody how to eat bread with cheese.
Just by the time they hit the field in the senior, this was a concept I wanted to execute for a long time. I knew it was in the future of the sport here. So there are a few juniors that I've had to disappoint, but they already have skills because these kids play and train with adults already, so they're quite disappointed. But I really believe in giving them a couple of years to train with their peers of the same age group. And then once they hit the senior division and they're being broadcast, they're being live streamed, it's a future thought. So by the time this generation in 1 to 2 years actually hit the senior division, it's going to be an instant skill level that's up here rather than now starting at this age and learning and taking a year or two to raise those skills. By the time they hit the division,
that's it.
Their skills are phenomenal already. And plus they're young and have the skills. They're vibrant.
Speaky B and, I mean, let's be honest. Speaky B and Real Strike Arena are so young. I mean, we're going to see much more in the next coming 10 years because the youth who's watching now, I'm seeing my little kid, he's 14. The only thing he wants is want to be on that field. So when the sport is already a little bit older and grown up, and those kids are coming in there, they see the videos already, they see the content. I'm really looking forward to how, man, stop complaining. It's winter over there or what?
It is winter's just kicking in, but it's not your winter, so
it's no, it's getting summer finally over here. No, it's but I mean, if you're gonna see this in now and 10 years, I mean, Speaky B, the sport that we do now, all is going to be so huge and so different, and everybody who's playing now, they're going to look then and say, wow, this is where we started. But those guys are going to play the real stuff, you know. This is all, everything is amateur now, and I think what we're building now is making it so as pro as we can, and because the layouts has to be the same, the feeling. If you go to anywhere in the world and you go to, it's the same as a soccer field or a football field. It doesn't matter what. The measurements are the same. Everything is the same, and that it's not that like the other one has 1 meter and that one has 2 meter. No, everything is the same. And on the moment when we're on that level, then you will see we're gonna explode. And I think now that phase we're in now, because we're all explorers, we're all try and we are the guys who's losing a lot of money, and the people who's gonna do it in the future, they're gonna make a lot of money. But I'm happy for that, you know. It's like, and I think it's
founding fathers.
Yeah. So it's and I'm so proud of that we realized this now in this moment, and so proud of you that you stick in there for yourself, because there were some hard times in the last months for you too, and but you survived it and you came out stronger, and for the rest, for the rest we just do fast this and then it's gone. You know, it's like it's yeah.
I've actually really enjoyed the journey as a person. So I had goals for the community and Speed QB, but honestly, the biggest payout for me are the life lessons I've learned. Like I really enjoy everything I need to and have needed to learn up until this point. So I look forward to the new lessons I have to learn. Like I got a whole new set of lessons to learn just running a field. With us having this Real Strike Arena, I'm really excited for the community, in the sense that when we send a team over to compete to you guys, they know what they're in for. It's not a brand new field. They have as much experience as they can get up their sleeve playing here. When they walk in, it will feel like home for them. They're not walking into somewhere new and have to check out this angle, that angle.
No,
Their skills will translate straight away.
they just need to get used on the turf.
Well, there's a field here with turf, so it's a little bit different to yours in the sense that they don't prepare it exactly the same, but they have had the opportunity to compete on turf here.
Okay. So yeah. So what? Because we are talking about Real Strike now, and you already said it. You already said it is like Real Strike Arena is Real Strike Arena when we're going to execute more things, because Real Strike Arena, in my opinion, has to be a sport arena, because you can play everywhere, you can skirm, you can do everything. But we're gonna organize. We're gonna launch soon, very soon, next week. We're gonna launch the official Dash Master season. We're working together with KWA, with KWA Fight Nights, and yeah, we're gonna launch it soon. Next week we're gonna bring. Now we know more about dates and people who can come. So the 1v1 started, and you too. You're gonna Real Strike Arena Australia is gonna get a Dash Master section too, and maybe I can show the people a little bit of what this will be. Just give me a second.
Yeah. Good opportunity to excuse me for 1 second while these guys watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Take my crown. Take my crown.
From next week we're gonna launch this, and then we have 3 different styles. And the first style we're gonna do is
Welcome at the Real Strike Arena, where we are hosting Dash Masters on the new field called Dashville. Today we are focusing on game type Hunter. Let's have a look at the starting positions on the map. The Hunter will start at the position shown on the map. His opponent, the runner, he will start on the opposite side. The main goal of the runner is to find and shoot as many targets as he can within 3 minutes, all while being hunted by the hunter. The targets are spread all over the map. There are 10 white targets, each worth 5 points. We have 5 blue targets, worth 10 points each. And the most valuable targets are the red ones, worth 25 points each. Let's not forget about the hunter, is also a target for the runner because he is worth 3 points per kill. The runner is loaded with a max of 90 BBs. This is no easy job for the runner because the hunter could be lurking around every corner. The hunter though, he has one job, and that is to kill the runner as fast as possible. He only has 60 BBs to take care of business. When he succeeds, the game is over. When the runner kills the hunter for the first time, the hunter needs to respawn at the first respawn point shown on the map. When the hunter gets killed a second and a third time, he needs to respawn at the second and third respawning point highlighted on the map. Then the respawn cycle starts over. The game ends when either the runner gets killed or the game time of 3 minutes have passed. Hunter is a high-paced game full of action. Focus, skills, and speed will make you a true contender at the Dash Masters.
Bet they can hear you still, but I'm looking forward to it too, actually. You're gonna have to send me a link to these targets, but oh god.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited to see Dash Masters take off. Work with KWA.
That's something there we go. So yeah, for everybody, this is the way of we build it. Now in this moment we have 3 tournament fields in one arena. So the Real Strike Arena on this moment has the Speaker B Arena. Then we have the Volt Arena, and we build it now the Dashville, and Dashville is for Dash Masters, so it's specific for 1v1 or 3v3s, but especially for 1v1s. And it's crazy. It's really this one. What we just showed was Hunter, and you get limited BBs. It's more thinking. You know, you're on your own. As a hunter, you only have 60 BBs, and as a runner, you have 100. I think I don't know exact the amounts, but it's
We might have to double that here.
no, because it's all about the ammunition. You know, you have to think about it. It's a different game type, and if you see Landlord or if you see Dominator, I'm gonna show you some videos in a second. It's all about that thing, and that's what I'm trying to say. Dashville, and that's a little part that you're gonna build. You know, you're gonna build a little Dashville too, where we're gonna do these 3. We're gonna start with these 3 disciplines, and the good thing about Dashmasters is that we're actually gonna compete internationally without competing against each other. So there is gonna be our website is actually almost ready. Worldwide rankings are getting in there, so in the weekend that guys are playing Dash Masters at your side or anywhere, all the points are going into the big database, and then internationally you can see, okay, the ones who are playing over here, this one has the most targets, this one has the most deaths, this one that. So you get an international ranking system so that people really, so Dodo is playing, and over here Tyson is playing, and they are competing without competing against each other. Only once in a year you're going to compete against each other. But the other one can say, okay, this week I'm going, Tyson has more kills or Tyson has more points. Then you're going to focus on the points. So you want to get that leaderboard. And that's actually Dash Masters. We're going to build a big live, a sport. And once
I just like that you're not just compete. It just brings the global community together further. So you're not just competing against the teams that you see here and play against every month or every week.
Yeah.
You're going to follow that leaderboard and say, that's my guy and that's the target I'm chasing.
That's
and
it.
I'm going to kick his ass and hit socials and tell him.
And that's it. And you're going to get what we're going to do. You know, we're not going to do, I know you like it, but the UFC is cool, but we're going to do call outs. But you cannot call out. So we're going to do now KWA. We do it together with KWA. But not Fine Night is different. We're going to do Dash Masters for them here. And Dash Masters is a concept I'm working with already for a long time in my head. And KWA now is sponsoring and supporting it because we do it as a partnership. And there will be so many differences. Like now is we're going to do ambassador tournament. So you're going to get 5 ambassadors for KWA. Those 5 ambassadors are actually the start of the whole Dash Master thing. So, but you cannot call out somebody. If you are in the top 10, you can call out somebody in the top 10. If you're in the top 25, you can call somebody out from the 10 till 25. And on that moment, you go on. And so on the moment when you get into the top 10, you can call somebody out from the top 10. But we're going to do it on a social way. You know, it's like, it's not going to, no, but it's going to be, we're going to keep it, but it needs to get that little, you know.
Bit of spice into it.
I've
been working on that. I already know of 2 teams. Well, one team in particular that wants to call out another team and get some, what's the word? So, excuse me. I know a team that got walked over a couple of years ago that are dying to call out another team and get that win back. So I've been thinking about this too a lot, but we discussed this a few months ago, and it's been on my mind a lot too to get some rivalries going here.
But the rivalry is, that's what I'm saying, you know, it's the rivalry. We're not going to create hate because that's not
revenge.
But
revenge, that's Stringer's word.
It's like now we're talking there, but actually you just blame me.
There are a few people. There are a few people. We got a really nice community here.
Yeah.
There are a few people that have a bit of a beast within them that's just waiting to be let off the leash. And so I want to give them that opportunity to start.
It's like the competition. Like now, it's like, Mark, you really want to beat me? Let's do it on the field. This is a call out, you know. Let's do it on the field, and let's see where we are on that position. I mean, and that's how we have to build it. It has to be fun, and people need to know. And of course, there are people who is taking this very serious, but we need to understand that if they take it serious, we need to take it serious too. Because if they want to go in there with this, accept it. That's, you know, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. It's on the field, and that's what I like. I'm gonna show some people. I'm gonna show them Dominator. Wait a minute. There we go.
Milky, that's a
Welcome
guaranteed.
At the
And Jimmy,
Arena,
I now
where
see
we are hosting
paybacks are a
Dash
bitch.
Masters
Thanks a lot.
on the new field called Dashville. Today we are highlighting the game type Dominator. Let's have a look at the starting positions on the map. Both players will start at the opposite corners of the field. The bomb is located in the container in the middle of the map. Each player will have a maximum of 60 BBs. The objective is to arm the bomb. When the bomb is armed, you will have to defend the objective. You cannot stay in the container and have to be out in 10 seconds. If you don't exit within 10 seconds, you are killed and need to respawn. There are 3 respawn points. You are free to choose which respawn point you go to. When you get killed, you go to one of the 3 respawn points. The killer must run through the container to avoid following his opponent and respawn kill. The game ends when the 3 minutes have passed. At the end of the game, the bomb shows which side has the most capture time on the bomb. Dominator is a tactical, fast-paced game where you need all your skills to dominate your opponent.
I need a good bomb.
There you go. This is so exciting. You have to be constantly be out in 10 seconds. But who catches the bomb actually the most time is 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes they are dead.
I think it's good that people have had a bit of practice with these sort of formats of games, but to bring it to competition now and a global competition is just
That's it.
we know how to run good competitions, and to make these into global tournaments is just a really good thing for the community.
So, because we're almost there, we're going to show the last one too. So there are 3 disciplines. The first one you saw, Hunter, then we show you Dominator, and now we show you Landlord, and we start with those 3. And actually, every year we're going to see if we're going to, or we add one, or we're going to change one. But Landlord, these are the 3.
Welcome at the Real Strike Arena, where we are hosting Dash Masters on the new field called Dashville. Today we are highlighting the game type Landlord. The players will start at the opposite corners of the field, fully loaded with 60 BBs max. There are 5 capture points on the field. You need to raise your flag to show the landlord you claimed this territory. But watch out, the enemy can steal your land by raising his flag. When you get killed, you need to respawn by running in the respawn houses. You can see marked on the map. You can choose which respawn house you take. The game ends when the 3 minutes have passed. The player with the most raised flags wins the match. Landlord is a tactical and fast-paced game where you need to outsmart your enemy and protect your land.
I'm really excited to bring these comps in because Speaky B is really specific. It's just there's such a large portion of the community don't get to compete, who want to compete in these kinds of scenarios. So I'm really excited for them just to expand for that community as well. Of course, a lot of these boys want to compete in here. But there are a lot of people who want this for themselves. You know, they don't have these opportunities just yet.
It's as I said, this is where I think a combination will be of Speedsofters, Milsimmers, CQBers. They don't have a sport, you know, and we luckily we have this for Speaky B, we have a sport. But there are millions and millions of players, of airsoft players. They don't have a sport. They just have recreation. I call them
recreation.
Saturday and Sunday warriors. But a lot of them, they really want to do the sport, and I think.
But those guys have a lot of skills too, where they don't get to showcase them except during a skirmish. But they can. I don't mean that. They've got some really good skills, actually.
Actually, to be honest, I expect a lot of CQB Milsimmers, to be honest. I mean, they want sport, and we already had something with Battle Arena, but it's 5v5. That's the other concept. We're going to talk about that later, and I think you need to build a little bit an extra space on Real Strike Arena Australia to get the Fold there too, but the Fold is 5v5, more teamwork, and it's really bank robbery and police and you're a cop or a robber, and that's something cool too. And we're gonna work. We hope we're gonna work close with France with that, and with Russia, and to create it, because man, again, Corona killed so much, and I can't wait now, because when it's all over, I mean, I'm gonna get my vaccine in this Sunday. I know not everybody wants it, but I want to travel, guys. I want to grow, and I want to be in Australia, and I want to be in America, and I need it. So for my work, for my pleasure, and as I said you yesterday, Mark, maybe it's gonna take 5 years of my life, but I mean, I'm gonna get 120 then instead of 125, so that's not that hard. So it's it's I mean, I'm so excited for these things, and I really hope that the guys in Australia are gonna get the same experience that we're gonna get, I hope. But with KWA as a partner, we're really gonna blow it out of the roof. You know, it's really we're gonna do our own production. We're gonna do our own style. Everything is an own house. So the winners over here, like the ambassadors now, the winners are gonna get a really Monk Custom / KWA upgraded special gun that's made for Dash Masters. They're gonna get a yearly free subscription. They're gonna get all tournaments are for free, trainings is for free, etc., etc. So and that's when you're an ambassador. So now so you can win those ambassadorship. And
can't believe my DMs aren't blowing up already.
Yeah, and next to that, there's going to be one worldwide ticket, so international tournament for the best Dash Master. He travels everywhere. We're going to pop up Dash Masters, so or Five Nights. So yeah, these are exciting things. These are things I'm really looking forward to, and I'm just going to do the
Take my crown. Take my crown.
There goes my DMs.
There you go. So, yeah. So, Mark, remember when we started? Remember, we started last year, a little bit longer than a year, communicate with each other when the SpeakyB gaming was going on, because we were in virus. Then the communication started, how fast things went, and look where we are now. I mean, it's Australia.
It's a year and a half for us, Bert.
Yeah, Australia.
A year and a half.
Was watching so hard to Europe. I was so proud that the community, the Australian, and I mean, come on, we are brothers. I mean, Australia and Europe, that's one, and it's they're watching us so hard, and you were watching us hard, and you communicating. You wanted. I remember your first mail that you sent me a message and say, "Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm really looking forward, and I'm excited, and I want to do SpeakyB and everything." And from there on it started, and now you're SpeakyB Australia. Now you have the Real Strike Arena Australia. And next week we're going to announce something new. I mean, next week, well, you're not going to be only SpeakyB and Real Strike. I mean, some things that people really want are going to be much more closer to them in Australia than it's now. So, yeah.
They know it's coming, Bert. Tell them. Just tell them. Just get them out of their misery.
Well, because the partnership between you and me is really high and really good, and everything is based on trust. So, yeah, Monk Customs Australia will be a fact next week, and we're going to start slowly. So, Monk Customs, monkcustoms.com.au, no, monkcustom.au is coming next week. So we start with the ESG grips, and we start with the gorillas, and we start with things who are possible, and from there on we're going to build bit by bit, and with the end goal is building our own blasters from here and export them to Australia, so that the brand Monk Custom is there. So everything you need to play a perfect thing, you have the sports SpeakyB, you have the perfect arena and the equipment. So this is actually what we want to create. So a one-stop shop. So next week, more information about that, but there will be more Monk Customs. I mean, I'm not gonna,
more and more and more and more.
No, but I mean, I'm gonna explain you why. And you know, Mark, it's a lot of people. We export 83%. So there are many people from America, from the US, from Australia, everywhere in the world who are really interested in our products, Canada. But the people have to pay so much money for shipping, etc., etc. And that was one reason to do it, to say, okay, let's bring it closer, work together with a partner, like we do now. So we will be the Monk Customs. What we're doing here, everything is on one side, so we can control everything on the. But the $60, $80, $90, $100 shipping costs, we executed like that. So there's more money for you to spend on extra things if you want, or you can just save some money, and that was the most important reason, is that, and we're gonna
actually, but I think the guys really need to know how much thought you put into the way we're going to execute this around the world, in the sense that everything you thought about was how you can bring more and more savings to these guys when they want they want the products, and all that was on your mind was how can we get it to them as cheaply as possible.
It is.
And that's a big credit to you for thinking like that.
But you feel guilty on the moment when people needs to pay $100 Australian dollar for shipping. I mean, and now we're just gonna put it in quantities, and we send quantity to you, so it's one shipping, and from there on you can just do domestic shipping costs. So that's a completely different story. I mean, from $100 to $10, that's $90 profits, and that's what I'm trying to explain. Is like
savings.
Yeah, and that's one reason, and the other reason is that our plans, where we're going, and actually Monk Customs is going to be a brand that everything is going to be made in our own home, made in our own production, and this is just the beginning. So yeah, let's see how far we come. And I think together with Speaker B, because I'm working very close with the guys at Speaker B, we're gonna announce something big soon too. And yeah, and just to spoil more than that, Monk Customs will be in the UK, and Monk Customs will be in Canada, and Monk Customs will be in Brazil, and Monk Customs will be in the US. So for everybody who's now spending a lot of money for shipping, we all have partners now who's going to do this. And for the UK, we're going to work with Tyson and his brand too. So yeah.
Well done, Tyson.
Yeah, so we're really going to try to do it in the community, with the community, for the community. That's actually what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. I didn't want to tell this, but okay, they. But yeah, it is.
Wow, you know, we do these things sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
I just want to take another opportunity. Every time I'm on these lives, I just want to thank everyone that's helped me along the way. So actually, it started way back with Bones over in New Zealand. He helped me while I was talking with Roy, and then Roy's helped me so much. Then you've helped me so much. Jimmy helped me. Harold helped me. Dion now, the players over here. And there are a lot of key guys there. Trick, you're in here. Thanks for everything you've done, mate. Milky, you're in here. Thanks for everything you have done and do. Chris, my partner out at Real Strike. Marty, he needs a big thank you. Like, there are too many people for me to thank, but I want to give that credit to everyone who has been a part of building this. It's none of this has been done by one person.
It's impossible.
Impossible. And I love that it's happened this way. It's not someone coming, I've got all this money and I'm going to do this and blah, 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 blah. I love that it has taken so many people to achieve these things, and there's so much more to come. It's just real. I don't know that I'm not using the right words, but I wouldn't change a thing for the world. The way that everything's happened, I wouldn't change a minute of it. Any hard times, I wouldn't change it. They've all helped me grow.
No.
The hours of chats that we've had for you to teach me to be a different person. It's just
still water.
It blows me away.
Move, you know, in still waters, you don't move. You need to have some rough waters to go on, and sometimes you just need technique to go left and right. But that's what we're learning now. You know, it's a learning curve for you. It's a learning curve for me. It's for everybody. Of course, there are some experience. Of course, there is experience, but it has nothing to do because 5 years ago, I didn't know what Speaker B was. I mean, I didn't know Demo. I didn't know Sapo. I didn't know Junkie. I didn't know him. So everything you need to learn and you need to adapt. But the only thing that you need to do, and that's where I'm so happy for that. This is really one thing that I'm never giving myself a shoulder thing. But if there is one thing I really know that I'm doing is I'm listening to people. I like listening to what people want. And on the moment when you find that thing and you ask, what do you think about this? How would you do it like that? What is it? On the moment when you have this in your mind and you can convert it to solutions, because every day I'm looking for problems, because I'm looking for problems. If I have problems, I can find solutions. So that's what I'm trying to explain. It's like you have to look and go after problems. If there are problems and you find a solution, then you have a nice thing. And that's actually happened with Speaker B, and that happened with Real Strike, because we can play at Speaker B, but if there is no field or there's no arena where you can play, you have no solution, you have no sport, you have nothing. So you have first build that. Then you have to build a community. How are you going to build a community? On what way? And then you see actually that the niche market of Speaker B is actually only that small, and that the big market, I mean, a lot of airsofters really want to play competition, and that's why Dashmaster comes. So you know what I'm trying to say? It's like finding
Yeah.
constantly a solution. And man, this year I don't think it's possible, but next year DreamHack has to come back. I mean, but with more things, but maybe DreamHack 3.0, and then I have to build free arenas in Real Strike Arena at our place. I don't care, we do it, but that's where it needs to go. I mean, people needs to watch out and save their money for once in the year. You have that weekend, that weekend where all the guys are, where all make a big festival of it, make a big thing. And that's where I'm heading to, is that's going to be a long weekend where it starts on Thursday, where you come on, and on Friday you have a good evening, and everything there. In the evening we have fun, in the evening we have everything, and over days we're gonna play and bring the community together with partners, where you can buy the stuff, where you can have the stuff. This is how I'm visioning it in my head. This is how I see it in 2 years. This is when you come from Australia, you come over, that this is going to be a big happening where it's only sport, it's only Speaker B, it's only Dash Masters, it's the sporters, the best sporters there, the best products are there, the best partners are there, best video, best content, etc., 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 etc. So actually, you have to find an excuse every year to your wife to tell her that there's only one weekend in the year where you're gonna save for, and that they have to find a solution for the kids, or have to find a solution for the dog. I don't know what, but that weekend that's a man's weekend. I mean, and a girl weekend who wants to be a part of it, of course.
We got a lot of very competitive girls over here. I don't think they'd miss the trip. On DreamHack, I don't have any official announcement to make, but we're on the same path as you, even with that. I've dropped a couple of hints that we're in negotiations with some people, but there is something potentially in the works that could be absolutely epic for Australia.
I know it.
Along the lines of DreamHack, so hopefully that pulls off, and the concepts that are behind that also are just next level futuristic for the sport.
Next year we are talking with Brazil. They have one of the biggest game thing there, and we're busy. And Cadu is working very hard to do that. But we want to do a DreamHack, but then in Brazil, and it's much bigger than over here. So of course, and that's where we belong. That's where the sports belong. And as I said, we are the investors, but the guys who are coming in 10 years, man, they're gonna enjoy this so much more. So for everybody who's now over 30, sorry for you. You have to play a little bit longer. But guys who are now between the 12 and 22, they're gonna have
There's a good future ahead of them.
They have a good future. So yeah, Mark, this is what we have to tell, and I'm so excited, and I hope you're excited too. And let's see where it all brings us, and let's see where we are in a year. And first, Corona has to leave us definitely, because and from there on we will see where it ends. And I'm so happy that your smile is back on your face. I mean, a few months ago I had to talk to you, and it was more depressed face, and you had all the rights to be more depressed in that time. But
not depressed, honestly. Like I'll be honest and raw. I say this a lot actually. I'm just a plasterer, and I've spent 2 years being pretty insecure, but there's just been some good rods in my back around me. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy that we made it. Someone thanked me. It was Elamina Poo thanked me for sticking it out, and I'm grateful that I did too. There have been a couple of times, maybe 5 times in 2 years, where I've said, I don't know if I can do it. Not in those words, but
yeah. But I mean, if you're a plumber, electrician,
even talking about that journey, this is what I mean about life. This is quite personal, not even about the sport. I have enjoyed going. It hasn't been enjoyable in the time, but I now enjoy having gone through those moments and the growth it's given me as a person. I'm obviously I'm quite secure with all of this now, but I'm grateful that, You know, we did a Burt to the Bone a while ago, and we spoke about being a fighter, and it's not how many times you get knocked down, all that sort of stuff. It's really true, you know. I've had tough times, and I've had times where I've gone, I don't know if I can do this. Actually, I'll just use the right word, just fuck this shit, they can have it, sort of thing. I don't know if I can do it, and then you have a sleep and wake up the next day and say, I got one more day in me.
There is a...
And to come out the other side and go, oh, this is exactly what I said in Burt to the Bone, actually. And I hadn't achieved what we have now, but still the words are true. So when we had that Burt to the Bone and I said it, that is actually the core of who I am. So it's to say, now I can say I'm on the other side of some experience and go, I got through it. And that gives you strength and confidence for the future too. So I can just I can set goals. I can look at stupid goals and have belief that I can achieve things.
And again, we're not doing it alone. You know, it's time for me. I mean, everybody knows that, but I need to thank so many people. I mean, without them, there was nothing. I mean, there were teams in the beginning who helped. I mean, a lot of help I had from Second to None, a lot of help I had from TRS, a lot of help. Everybody who wanted to help in the beginning, they were there and they saw it, you know. But I'm definitely need to thank my team. It's a very small team, but we like to execute, and they trust me and follow. I'm not an easy person in those things, you know. I have ideas that some people think like, okay, and on what planet he is again, but I've got somebody there who is in many planets, but every time I find him, sometimes he's lost. But Harold, I mean, everything you see,
Harold is one of the nicest, the most beautiful souls I've ever met, besides my wife.
Harold is
got the most
for
beautiful soul.
I mean, Harold will be sometimes live in my thing. He doesn't want to be on television, but he will be. There will be a day that I'm gonna that I'm gonna screw him, and he's live on the
fire him and tell him he needs to travel the world doing a food vlog.
Yeah, but
that's Harold living his best life.
I know, but I mean, everything you see in what is designed, but behind the scenes for the websites, etc., he's amazing. He's sometimes on planets nobody knows to find him. I find him, and thank you for that. Then I have to thank, of course, the one who's working very hard with his hands. It's Daniel. Nobody knows Daniel. He's the one who's building up the arenas. Actually, the last months he was working on his own, but he did it. You know, he's there and he fights for it. And then the man behind me is Dion. He's taking care for everything that has to do with contracts and has to do everything with organization, putting their financial things. And then of course the man, the technician, Dimi. Dimi is on the moment when we start with Dimi. Without Dimi, Monk wasn't possible. I mean, Dimi is Monk. I mean, he's Monk Customs. He's the Monk, and that's where we created for. And but he's delivering so much quality, and he's delivering there, and that's what where we can build a brand on. And together with them, you build. And then we have Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy is very, very important for the community. Jimmy is very important for everything that we had to do. He was a big part. He was the right hand for Harold, or the left hand. Well, from the other side, he's not going to work full time anymore for us. So, but I want to thank him for all the work he did. And but I hope he's going to stay with us, especially for commentating the Speaker Bee events and that kind of things. But it's a small team, and now we added a new one, is Jules, and Jules is going to be working in the background to do everything with video and everything with organization. He's a big part of production. And we had a new one, and that's the technical drawer for everything that we're going to make with Monk Customs in the future. So it's actually a small team, but we do.
You have a small team, but a very good team.
Yeah,
and I have a very big team.
It's
I have a team of about 200 people.
Yeah.
But your guys done a great job for you, man.
And then next to that, the team is only is getting bigger, because now we are a partnership with you guys, and we get a partnership with Canada and with UK, and of course we're going to work very close with Speakeasy US. So some things are going to change. So actually we put all the good things together, and from there on. So again, for everybody who I forgot, but definitely my team, I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank you for having the trust in everything I do too, Mark, because it's not always easy to follow an idiot. I mean,
thank you for trusting me, mate.
Yeah, I know, but
with
sometimes
representing you, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not easy to follow an idiot, and I know I'm an idiot.
A wise man said to me, maybe just 2 days ago, he didn't say this, I hate technology. Every time I do a live stream, it's fucked up. But technology has allowed these relationships to form. And now this wise man said to me, I've never even shaken your hand. And we're doing deals like this. Same deal with Roy. We've never actually met, and the things that we're doing together.
But everything
are
has
just
to do
amazing.
Everything has to do with trust, Mark, and it starts with trust and loyalty. And on the moment when you don't have trust and you don't have loyalty, then it's over. And I know some people who don't have loyalty, and I know some people, but okay, there is only one word, no, 2 words, 3 words, and it's no, it's yeah. I try, because in my head it's 1 word, but it's actually 3 words, and it's in your face. So from the other side, it's how we do it. You know, win as a team or lose as an individual. I think in teamwork. You know, I think in that, and I don't think in individual. You know, because our brains are so small that we can never execute that's in our brains, and that's why we need teams, and that's why we need people who trust us, and that's why people who starts believe where we believe in, and then you can execute things well. So, and the most
speaking about teams, sorry.
Yeah, the most important people I want to thank, not the most important, but a part that's very important, is the community. So everybody worldwide of the Speakeasy community, or everything that's connected to us, thank you for the trust. Thank you for being there, and especially in these hard times. I hope to see you back soon, and I'm going to work harder to make it better and feel better for you all. So so thank you to them too.
Speaking about teams, I'll use this opportunity to say that our team is growing even further. I'd like to give a shout out to Wade and Michael over in WA. We're 1 week away from launching the next region in Australia, which is Western Australia. So I want to thank them and the new community forming over there, because as you know, it's the opposite side of the country. So for us to be able to expand this across the nation, there's another team forming there that are just as dedicated as everyone else who have gotten us to this stage globally. And I'm excited for them to actually be ready to launch in another region. Sorry to the guys in SA, we're still working on that, and I'm sure a solution will come for South Australia. Then we'll have 3 regions in Australia, and we'll be getting closer and closer to going national. There's only Tasmania and Northern Territory are the only 2 states in Australia that haven't reached out for us to launch.
I hope that New Zealand is going to be a part of it too. So I really hope that they are going to be a part of it, because that would be great. And for the next, but we have to cut it here, Mark. I'm really, if we start talking, we are still here in a few hours. But this was the announcement that we wanted to make. I'm gonna put in the video once more, so everybody knew where we talked about. I want to thank you for everything that you did for the community over there, and you did for Real Strike over there, and of course for Speakeasy. And the only thing I can say, good luck, my friend. If there is anything, always call, and let's bring it to the moon, man. To the moon and back. And
to the moon.
That's what we have to do. So yeah. So I'm gonna wish you a very good weekend, Mark. And
thanks for having me. Thanks for everything, and can't wait for what the future brings for us all. I can't wait to start working on the next lot of things.
That's it. So we're gonna be back soon. So I hope sometimes Jimmy can do a breakout. If not, I will do it till the time there is somebody else. But I hope Jimmy sometimes will do the breakout too, because I don't want to lose his beautiful face and his humor on this channel. But and I wish him good luck with his future. So come on, guys. Big shout out to Jimmy. Thank you, and shout out to everybody. Yeah, everybody who watch, every player. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
It's going to be a hard task to achieve, in all honesty. It might take... I'm prepared for it to take some time. But the teams want home, you know.
Maybe there is a solution. I hope in the next coming months, maybe we have to find a solution with bringing more parties together.
The teams need it. The teams need it.
My name's Mark. I'm the host of Speedsoft Australia. What's up, guys? Mark from Speedsoft Australia, checking in just to wish all the teams competing in this weekend's European Championships the best of luck. We'll see you in the live streams and can't wait to see you raising the belt above their heads on Sunday. Later, guys. Get Australia onto the Speed QB roster officially. It's a long, hard slog, but we're working our way towards it.
So we're working well as a pop-up event, and I think the arena is a nice facility. So they can come and train. They want to throw all of their dedication into it.
What do you think the future is for Speedsoft Australia from now on and in the next 5 years?